Today, David Guetta performs in front of massive crowds, earns millions every year, and has over 50 million monthly listeners on Spotify. But long before the fame, he was just a teenager sneaking into nightclubs in Paris with no money, no connections, and a dream almost everyone laughed at. This is the story of how David Guetta spent years failing in the shadows before changing dance music forever. It's the early 1980s in Paris. While most teenagers are focused on school, parties, or figuring out their future, David Guetta becomes obsessed with music. At just 17 years old, he starts sneaking into clubs across Paris, watching DJs for hours, not dancing, studying every transition, every track selection, every reaction from the crowd. Something about the energy completely pulls him in. And very quickly, David realizes something important. He doesn't just love music. He wants to control the atmosphere of an entire room. But there's one problem. At the time, being a DJ wasn't considered a real career. Most people saw it as a hobby, not a future. Even the people around him didn't understand why he was so obsessed. For years, almost nobody knew his name. David worked as a nightclub promoter just to survive and pay rent. During the day, he handled flyers, events, and club business. At night, he played music for small crowds in dark Paris clubs. Sometimes the rooms were half empty. Sometimes nobody cared who he was. But night after night, he kept showing up. While other people gave up on their dreams, David became even more obsessed with improving. He experimented constantly with sound, energy, rhythm, and mixing. And even though electronic music was still underground at the time, David believed it could become something massive. That belief kept him going through years of rejection. Then came the moment that changed everything. David got an opportunity to play at the legendary Paris nightclub Les Bains Douches, one of the most iconic celebrity clubs in France. Artists, actors, and global stars partied there. The pressure was enormous. But the moment David stepped behind the decks, something clicked. The crowd exploded. For the first time, people started realizing that David Guetta wasn't just another club DJ. He understood exactly how to control energy, emotion, and atmosphere. His reputation in Paris started growing fast. But David wanted more than local fame. He believed dance music could become global. Today, David Guetta is one of the most successful DJs in history. Millions of fans, massive festivals, worldwide influence. But behind all of it were years of failure, rejection, and invisible work that almost nobody saw. And maybe that's the most important part of his story. Success didn't happen overnight. It was built slowly, in small clubs, empty rooms, and thousands of nights where he refused to quit. If this story inspired you, subscribe for more untold stories about the legends of music. The next one might surprise you even more.